Jamie Chadwick, as you mentioned, she will be back 2024 with Andretti Autosport and Indy NXT again.
Yeah, well, she's with a great name in Andretti and a great team. So I have no doubt that they'll be able to find some sort of partners for her to come on board. But obviously, losing DHL is a massive, massive blow, especially for the Indy NXT program, like you were mentioning. That's a company that has been with Andretti for, my goodness, 13 years. I'd go back to the 2011 Indianapolis 500 when Ryan Hunter-Reay got bumped, and I think that's part of why, even though I very strongly disagree with the stance that Michael Andretti took on bump day, he mentioned that the fact that they were able to buy out that AJ Foyt car for Ryan Hunter-Reay to still end up making the race after all was a big reason why they were able to keep DHL on board. And then obviously that partnership carried on for more than a decade after that. It's unfortunate that it's come to an end this year. But in terms of what it means for Jamie Chadwick going forward, I'm happy that she's going to get another year in Indy NXT. I think she showed some strong runs, particularly towards the end of the year. I think she's got a long way to go on the ovals if she's serious about an IndyCar future and an Indy 500 future. But on the road courses, I think, especially, Joe, when you were out there at Portland, her best finish of the year in a sixth-place run, certainly a step above where she was at the start of the year. Now let's see if she can continue to keep that improvement going here in 2024. I'm glad that she's going to get that opportunity. Again, it's going to hurt not having the DHL backing and sponsorship, but she's still in an Andretti car, and that's going to be a very, very strong car for her to drive next year in Indy NXT.
Very strong car, and we know without the DHL sponsorship, she's still going to be with a great organization, as you mentioned. Now comes the question, okay, this is your second season. People are going to be anticipating improvement. We know there's drivers that have come in first season, just done really great, move up the IndyCar ladder. When it comes to Jamie Chadwick next year, do you feel that sense of pressure that she has to deliver better results essentially begins immediately with that first round of the season?
Yes, I think, again, you're driving for a team like Andretti, and it's no longer your rookie year. The vast majority of these tracks you're not going to be going to for the first time. You'll have some experience to build on. I know it might sound like very lofty goals or lofty expectations, but when you're driving for Andretti, the goal is to win. And to be quite frank, she didn't come particularly close to doing that this year. I know it was her rookie season, but, at the bare minimum, you've got to see a handful of podiums next year. I think that would be indicative of a step forward in improvement from year to year. And quite honestly, like I said, you're driving for a team like Andretti. The goal is to win. I think she should be competing for wins in 2024, given the equipment that she's going to have. So we'll see if she can take that step forward. And if she can take that step forward, then maybe you start talking about a partial IndyCar schedule in a couple of one-off entries in 25 and then full-time in 26, or who knows what happens from there. If she doesn't take that step forward, maybe you spend one more year in Indy NXT, and then if there's no improvement from there, maybe you reevaluate things and go take your racing career somewhere else. Because I think Jamie Chadwick is certainly a talented driver. We just need to see that improvement in Indy NXT this year to know if IndyCar is going to be the long-term home for her as we continue on throughout the 2020s.
Yeah, IndyCar, very competitive, as Beth Peretta mentioned yesterday in the interview. And of course, we know all the drivers at Indy NXT, they're just as competitive because they know what's up on the line. That's a step up towards NTT IndyCar Series.